Yell at me in front of customers. Lose your job. I worked at this electronics store for about 6 months when they hired this new manager named Gary. Guy was maybe 35, acted like he invented retail, and had this weird thing where he'd hover over employees like we were gonna steal something. From day one, Gary had it out for me. I'd be helping a customer with a phone, and he'd walk over asking if I explained the warranty properly. I'd be restocking cables, and he'd check my work like I was some kindergarten kid. Other employees noticed it too, but nobody said anything because Gary was buddy-buddy with the district manager. The breaking point came on a Tuesday afternoon. We had this older lady, probably in her 70s, trying to buy a tablet for her granddaughter. Sweet woman. Reminded me of my own grandma. She'd been asking questions for like 20 minutes, and I was walking her through all the features, showing her how to set up the parental controls, the whole deal. Gary was at the register watching us the entire time with this annoyed look on his face. The lady was taking her time, which I totally got. Technology can be overwhelming when you're not used to it, and she wanted to make sure she got the right thing. That's when Gary snapped. He marched over and goes, "Ma'am, he's been helping you for half an hour. Either buy something or leave." The lady looked shocked. I tried to jump in and say it was fine, but Gary cut me off. "And you," he pointed at me, "stop wasting time with customers who aren't buying anything. We're not a library." The poor woman looked embarrassed and started putting the tablet back. I felt awful for her, but before I could say anything, Gary kept going. "This is exactly why our sales numbers are down. You spend 20 minutes explaining every little detail instead of just ringing people up." Here's the thing though, Gary didn't know that this lady was actually the wife of the guy who owned 3 other electronic stores in town. Her husband was like a local business legend, and she'd mentioned it earlier when we were talking. So when Gary finished his little tantrum, the lady calmly pulled out her phone and called someone. "Hi honey, it's me. I'm at that electronics store on 5th Street and I just wanted you to know about the customer service here." Gary's face went from smug to confused real quick. The lady continued, "The young man helping me was wonderful, very patient and knowledgeable, but the manager just told me to buy something or leave." She hung up and smiled at me. "I'll take 2 of those tablets, sweetheart, and I want you to ring me up." While I was processing her order, Gary tried to backtrack. "Ma'am, I apologize if there was a misunderstanding. We just want to make sure all our customers get helped." She ignored him completely, paid with a black credit card, left me a $20 tip, and told me she hoped I'd find a better place to work soon. About an hour later, this guy in an expensive suit walks in and asks for the manager. Gary comes over all confident, probably thinking it's a compliment about the store. Nope. Turns out it was the lady's husband, and he was not happy. He told Gary that he knew the district manager personally, that his stores bought their inventory from the same suppliers, and that he'd be making some phone calls about the way his wife was treated. Gary tried to throw me under the bus, saying I was the one who took too long with the customer, but the husband shut him down. "My wife specifically said the young man was helpful and professional. You were the problem." The next morning, Gary was cleaning out his office. District manager drove down personally to fire him. Found out later that the husband had called and said he'd consider it a personal favor if Gary was removed, and that he might be willing to discuss some kind of partnership between the stores if the situation was handled properly. I got Gary's job 2 weeks later. First thing I did was put up a sign that said, "Questions welcome, take all the time you need."